Hi everyone, it's Maggie and I want to share a project with you. I just finished a new fabric book and this has taken me quite a while to do. I tried to make it as detailed excuse me, as possible, and I'm holding my camera because otherwise I can't fit it all in screen. But I will bring it up, or I'll bring the camera down for close-up. But excuse me, sorry about that. This is the front cover, and I'll bring it closer now, and you can see that beautiful image. And this is the back. I left the back plain, but I used this beautiful brocade, and just as for the front and the back cover. And I had this gorgeous piece here that I thought just kind of imitated her gown, and this is I received from Virginia 1468, and I put that underneath this beautiful puffy flower, and this was made by Irina, the Passion for Craft. And I can't show you all the details, but I'll try to show you as much as I can. I placed this fabric doily underneath, and then I put down the image, and I went around the image with this trim here. I added this flower applique here in the corner. On both sides of this beautiful flower, I added these flower applique pieces and my clay flowers. And then this is another applique that I added clay flowers to, and this applique flower. And then on the bottom, the only thing I did on the bottom was this. Let me show you on the back again, it might be easier. I added this vintage trim here, and I believe, nope, that's going to be on the other side. And then this vintage trim all along the bottom of front and back. And then I added this trim here all along the sides and the top. And then this trim on top of it. And then there's another trim. Well, actually, no, sorry. This is the same. This is the full trim here. And then I added this beautiful trim here just to finish it off, and that's front and back. So I think that takes care of the covers. And then you open it up, and this is the first page. And I believe the images that I picked out were all brides, but not positive because they weren't all wearing veils. So I'm not going to call it a bride book. But anyways, here's the image. And you can see I used 1, 2, 3 different trims. I added little flowers on top of the flower trim, and then I added a pearl in the middle of each one. Here's a doily. It's a square doily. Down here I have 3 rows of this trim to finish the bottom off. I made these flowers from a trim from Craft Supplies for You. This is a pearl flower from Wild Orchid Crafts. Here's some appliques. I added this trim all along the bottom of both pages, this trim here. And I went around the top and the sides with this trim, and then I finished it off with this trim right here in the middle. And I believe that takes care of this page. And then between the pages I added a vintage, this is vintage, just to cover the pages up for something different. And then I added a pearl trim down the middle. And it was also just to kind of, keep the pages from getting stuck together. Sometimes the jewelry, the jewel pieces will stick to something on the other side. So I did this for a difference. Okay, this is a flower page, and here's a doily. This is the material I used on both pages for the background, and then I added this large doily here. Then I made this large flower, and I put this bling piece in the middle, and then I added this crocheted piece down here, and I added some pearls, and this crocheted butterfly from Patrizia. I added this rose applique with the dangle, and I added some white roses, or might be cream roses, in the middle of the applique. And underneath this piece here, this is part of the background piece, and I left it just as, as a dangle, and this is a vintage piece also. And then on top of this piece here, I added this trim to finish it off. So that's these two pages. And then you turn it over, and here's the next image. And I went around with this vintage trim here. This is the background material. And then I added a large doily, which you can't see that much of. Here's a piece of it right here. And then for the image, I went around it with this beautiful lace here, and then this flower trim here, and then little pieces in the middle of another, the top of another trim. I love doing that. And then here's a flower applique that I put a bling piece and two little flowers. And then I added two more flowers with the flatback pearls. Here's another beautiful flower applique with a hint of pink in it. I don't know if it's going to come across. And then I added this bling piece in the middle. And then for the bottom, I added first this trim here in taupe from Craft Supplies for You. Then this trim also from Craft Supplies for You. And then I added this flower applique trim, and then I added flatback pearls. And then this is the piece that I put in the middle to cover those pages, and there's more of that pearl trim. And I just love this piece. I had a hard time parting with it, but it was just so beautiful. And as much as I love hoarding my vintage pieces like this, I have to use them. So that separates these two pages. And then here's the next image. And I used a fabric doily with some crochet around it. And this was from Donna Little. And let's see, I added 2 rows of this little embroidered trim. And then I added this trim is from one section of another trim, and I added that around it to finish it off. And then here's a little doily with a ribbon rose, and then I added some more flower appliques that I used more than one. I cut them up and then I repositioned them. And then here's another one of those Wild Orchid Craft pearl flowers. And I added some ribbon roses. Here's some more of those ribbon flowers with the rhinestone in the middle. And then I just draped some more applique here. And then I finished off down the bottom with this top of another trim for just to finish off the bottom with the dangles. So I think that's it for this one. Okay, and then the last 2 pages here. This is definitely a bride, and here's the the fabric I used for the page, and then there's the image. I used a flower trim here, and then I added this, it's like a braid almost, trim around the top to finish it off. I added these flowers around each one. It actually covered up a flower on the trim that was just flat, just for some dimension. Here's the doily that's behind. I added these rose appliques. Here's some dangles that I added the clay flowers. This trim here that I used on top of the other trims, I added more clay flowers. Then underneath is this dangle trim here. And these trims, I think all the dangle trims I used were from Craft Supplies for You. And so that's this page. And then here's the middle piece to protect them. And then here's the last page. And I love how this page came out. I'll pull it out a little. I used this trim all around. It's a pearl box pleated trim. There's a large doily under that. This piece here is cut from by the yard. Isn't it gorgeous? And I just got that. And I added some ribbon roses with rhinestones. I added porcelain flowers there. There's some clay roses there. And some ribbon roses there. I added these, I'm not sure what you call those, but I added some behind there and there just for a little sparkle and interest. And this I finished off, the dangle part. And I think that's it for that page. And then we're back to the back. I left the back plain. I wanted to leave that plain. So let me see if I can just bring everything in closer so you can see. I hope by holding the camera I didn't, I didn't make it too hard to see everything, and I hope I'm not making you dizzy. But I won't know until I watch this after I upload it. But hopefully it works out. And so there's the bottom. Let me just show you. I'll pan out so you can see the whole thing. And then here's these 2 pages. I'll just put that aside for a second. And then I'll come a little closer. And hopefully you can see the details. And then here's on this side the details. I love this flower applique. That's new also. Okay, so let me pan out for those 2 pages. And then here's the flower page. And for the flower, I used doilies. I used trims. Here's some crochet there. This is a crocheted trim. So there's the close-up of this page. And then let me pull this over. And I love this page too. I love this image. They're holding the roses. So let me pan out. There's those 2 pages, and we're back to the cover. And I love how the cover came out. Let me try to get a close-up. I hope this is coming out clear. And then there's And this beautiful piece here, I just thought it went perfect with her dress. So let me pan out. So that's it. This is my fabric book. If you'd like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back again soon with another project share. So bye for now.